My fiancé said my bachelorette party is a week-long Vegas trip with my male bestie. Deal with it, I replied. Have fun. Then I organized my own bachelor party. The trip was canceled when her bestie saw who I invited. Guys, this story happened 4 months ago, and I'm still processing it. I'm Adam, 29 male, and until recently, I was engaged to what I thought was an amazing woman. Spoiler alert, she wasn't. Quick background. I'm an automotive sales manager, make about $135,000 plus commissions, own my house, drive a paid-off Silverado. Not wealthy, but comfortable. My buddy Tyler always jokes that I'm husband material because I got my life together early. Tyler's been my best friend since high school, owns his own auto repair shop, built like a linebacker, and has zero filter. Tyler saw through Melissa's nonsense from day one. Melissa, 27 female, my ex-fiancée, works as a social media coordinator for some startup, makes about $35,000, and lives in an apartment her father pays for. When we started dating 2 years ago, she seemed sweet, funny, down to earth, but looking back there were red flags everywhere, like how she'd always forget her wallet when we went out, how she'd hint about expensive things she wanted, how she'd get upset if I suggested cheaper date ideas. Tyler called her a gold digger from the start, but I wasn't thinking clearly. The engagement happened 8 months ago. I spent $12,000 on a ring, and she posted it on Instagram within minutes with the caption, "He went to the jeweler. Blessed, future Mrs. Tar engagement ring." Not even a mention of being excited to marry me, just showing off the diamond. Wedding planning was a nightmare. Everything had to be perfect, which meant expensive. The venue was $8,000, dress was $3,000, photographer $4,000, flowers $2,000. I was looking at $40,000 total, while she contributed $0, because the groom's family traditionally pays. Her parents have money, but apparently their tradition is being cheap. Tyler kept telling me to run, but I was already in too deep. Then came the night that changed everything. We're at this fancy steakhouse downtown, going over final wedding details. I'm stressed about money. She's stressed about bridesmaids' dresses. Normal Tuesday night for us. I'm cutting into my $45 ribeye thinking about working overtime to pay for this wedding when she drops the bomb. So I figured out my bachelorette party plans, she says, scrolling through her phone. Cool, babe. Miami with the girls? Vegas, actually. But not with the girls. I put my fork down. What do you mean not with the girls? I'm going with Derek. Derek. Her gay best friend from college who's about as gay as I am. This guy is 6'2", looks like a fitness model, and I've caught him checking out Melissa more times than I can count. When I brought this up, she always said I was being paranoid and judgmental. Just you and Derek? For your bachelorette party? It's going to be so fun. He knows all the best clubs in Vegas. We're staying at the Cosmopolitan for a whole week. A week. An entire week in Vegas with Derek. Melissa, that's not really how bachelorette parties work. She finally looked up from her phone. Says who? It's my party. I can do whatever I want. Derek and I have been planning this forever. You've been planning a Vegas trip with another guy forever? While we've been engaged? Don't be dramatic, Adam. Derek is gay. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Melissa, I've seen the way he looks at you. That man wants you. Her face went red. You're being disgusting and judgmental. Derek is my best friend and he's gay and that's final. The waiter came by asking if everything was okay because we were definitely causing a scene. Melissa smiled at him like nothing was wrong and ordered another soda. How would you feel if I went to Vegas for a week with Rachel? I asked. Rachel is this woman from my work who's definitely attracted to me. Nothing's ever happened, but the tension is there and Melissa knows it. That's completely different. How? Because Rachel actually wants to sleep with you. Derek is gay. Finally, she played her trump card. Adam, if you can't trust me, then maybe we shouldn't get married. That's when I realized she was serious about this trip, and nothing would change her mind. She was going to Vegas with Derek, whether I liked it or not. You know what? I said. You're right. Have fun in Vegas. She smiled like she'd won. Thank you, babe. I knew you'd understand eventually. I smiled back. Oh, I understand perfectly. But I was already planning my revenge. That night I couldn't sleep. Melissa was passed out next to me, probably dreaming about Vegas and Derek's abs. I kept thinking about that smug look on her face when she thought she'd won. Around 2 a.m., I texted Tyler. You awake? Yeah, man, working late. What's up? Melissa's going to Vegas with Derek for her bachelorette party. Just the two of them. For a week. My phone rang immediately. What the heck? Tyler's voice was loud enough that I had to leave the bedroom. Yeah, man, apparently it's totally normal because Derek is gay. Gay my foot. That dude's been trying to get with your girl since day one. I know, but every time I bring it up, she calls me judgmental. So what are you gonna do? Please tell me you're not actually letting her go. Oh, I'm letting her go, all right. But I'm gonna make sure she regrets it. Tyler was quiet for a second. I like where this is going. What do you need from me? This is why Tyler's my best friend. No judgment, no questions about whether I was overreacting, just pure loyalty. Remember Ashley, your ex from last year? The bartender? Yeah, what about her? Didn't you say she always had a thing for me? Tyler started laughing. Man, Ashley asked me 3 times if you had a brother. She definitely thinks you're attractive. Why? I explained my plan. Tyler was completely on board. This is genius, dude. Ashley's gonna love this. She's all about drama. Plus, she hates entitled women like Melissa. We talked for another hour working out the details. By the time I went back to bed, I was actually excited about what was going to happen. The next morning, Melissa was already making calls about her Vegas trip. I could hear her in the kitchen talking to Derek about spa appointments and club reservations. She'd already booked everything without checking if the dates worked for me. Morning, babe, I said, pouring coffee. Oh, good, you're up. Derek found this amazing suite at the Cosmopolitan. It has a private hot tub on the balcony. A suite. With a hot tub. Just the two of them. Sounds romantic, I said. It's going to be so relaxing. We need this after all the wedding stress. We need this. Like it was a couple's trip. Well, if you're going to Vegas, I should probably plan my bachelor party too. Oh, right. Are you doing the usual thing with the guys? Actually, I was thinking something different. More like a cabin weekend. Tyler's organizing it. That sounds fun, babe. Very you. She went back to her phone call with Derek, talking about dinner reservations and show tickets. Meanwhile, I texted Tyler, it's showtime. Tyler called Ashley that afternoon. According to him, Ash, you still think Adam's attractive? Your engaged friend Adam? Tyler, I'm not helping you break up a relationship. What if I told you his fiancée is going to Vegas alone with another dude for her bachelorette party? Are you serious? Dead serious. And Adam's planning a little payback. You interested? Heck yes, I'm interested. What do you need me to do? Ashley was perfect for this. She's genuinely attractive, works as a bartender, and has zero patience for cheating or gold digging. Plus, she legitimately thought I was good looking, which made the whole thing believable. Tyler set up a group chat with me, him, Ashley, and a few other friends. We started planning my bachelor party weekend and made sure to include lots of details about how awesome Ashley was being by helping organize everything. Ash is handling all the food for the cabin trip since she's basically a chef. Ashley knows the owner of the lake house, so we got a great deal on the rental. Thank goodness for Ashley stepping up when everyone else was busy. I also started following Ashley on Instagram and liking her pictures. Nothing obvious, just the kind of attention an engaged guy definitely shouldn't be giving another woman. Melissa noticed almost immediately. Why are you liking Ashley's bikini pics? She asked that evening. What? Oh, Tyler's ex? I was just scrolling. Didn't really pay attention to what I was liking. It's weird, Adam. How is it weird? She's helping plan my bachelor party. I'm being nice. It's inappropriate. I looked at her dead in the eye. Inappropriate how? She's just a friend. Ah, she's Tyler's ex-girlfriend. So? Derek is your friend and you're going to Vegas with him. What's the difference? Derek is gay, and Ashley's just a friend. So we're both hanging out with friends for our bachelor and bachelorette parties. Seems fair to me. Melissa got that look on her face, like she wanted to argue but couldn't figure out how without being a hypocrite. It was beautiful. That night, Tyler came over for dinner and to plan the bachelor party. We made sure to talk loud enough for Melissa to hear from the kitchen. Ash is so cool for doing this, man. Most girls would be weird about hanging out with their ex's friends for a whole weekend. Yeah, she's awesome. Really chill, really fun. Adam's lucky she agreed to help out. Lucky? Dude, she was excited about it. Said it sounded way more fun than her usual weekend plans. She's bringing her famous pulled pork, too. And that potato salad. Remember that potato salad? Oh yeah, I remember. Adam, you're gonna love Ashley's cooking. From the kitchen, I'm going to Sarah's tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Tyler grinned at me. Hook, line and sinker, bro. She's panicking already? Oh yeah, nothing scares a gold digger more than competition from a woman who doesn't need a man's money. Melissa came back the next day with reinforcements. Her sister Claire and their mom had apparently held an emergency meeting about my inappropriate friendship with Ashley. Adam, we need to talk, she said, as soon as she walked in. What's up, babe? I talked to Claire and Mom about this Ashley situation. What Ashley situation? Don't play dumb. You're being inappropriate with another woman. I sat down on the couch and patted the spot next to me. Melissa, come here. Let's talk about this. She sat down, but kept her distance. Red flag number 847 that I should have noticed earlier. Babe, Ashley is helping plan my bachelor party. Just like Derek is helping plan your bachelorette party. I don't see the problem. Derek is gay Adam. How many times do I have to tell you? And Ashley is Tyler's ex. She's off limits. Same thing. It's not the same thing. Why not? Because Derek and I have never had any romantic history. I pulled out my phone and showed her some old Facebook photos. Really? Because here's a picture of you and Derek kissing at a party junior year of college. Her face went white. That was just a drunken kiss. It didn't mean anything. So you lied when you said you never had romantic history. I didn't lie. It was one kiss. One kiss is more romantic history than Ashley and I have ever had. Melissa was getting frustrated. She wasn't used to me calling out her nonsense. Fine. Cancel your bachelor party. Why would I cancel my bachelor party? Because I'm not comfortable with you spending a weekend with another woman. But you're comfortable spending a week with another man. For the last time, Derek is gay. Prove it. What? Prove Derek is gay. Show me a picture of him with a boyfriend. Show me him talking about men he's attracted to. Show me literally any evidence that he's gay besides your word. She couldn't do it, because Derek isn't gay, and we both knew it. I don't have to prove anything to you. Then I don't have to prove anything to you either. I'm going on my bachelor party with Ashley, and you're going to Vegas with Derek. Seems fair. That's when she played her nuclear option. If you go on this trip with her, I'm calling off the wedding. I looked at her for a long moment. You know what, Melissa? That's probably for the best. What? We're clearly not compatible. You want to go party in Vegas with a guy who wants you, and you're mad that I'm having a cookout with friends at a lake house. Those aren't the same things. And if you can't see that, then maybe we shouldn't get married. She started backtracking immediately. Wait, I don't want to call off the wedding. Then don't threaten me with it. I don't like this Ashley girl. You've never even met Ashley. I don't need to meet her. I can tell she's trouble from her Instagram. And there it was. The real Melissa coming out. Tyler was right. She was just a mean girl in expensive clothes. Wow. Okay. So now we're judging women for posting pictures in bikinis? I'm not judging anyone. I just think it's inappropriate for my fiancé to be looking at other women's bodies. But it's appropriate for you to go to Vegas with a man who's seen your body? Derek is gay! We went in circles for another 2 hours. By the end, I was exhausted and she was crying. She kept switching between anger and tears, trying to manipulate me into backing down. I can't believe you're choosing another woman over me, she sobbed. I'm not choosing anyone over anyone. I'm asking for equal treatment. It's not equal. Derek is like a brother to me. Then Ashley is like a sister to me. That's different. How? Because it just is. That night she called her mom. I could hear her on the phone in the bedroom, crying and complaining about how unreasonable I was being. Her mom was apparently taking her side because I heard Melissa say, I know, right? He's being so controlling. The next morning, Tyler texted, Ashley's in. She thinks your fiancé sounds like a nightmare and wants to help take her down a peg. What did you tell her? Everything. The Vegas trip, the manipulation, the gold digging. Ash is ready for war, man. War might be the right word. Oh, it definitely is. Ashley's bringing her A game. Hair, makeup, outfits, the whole thing. She wants Melissa to see exactly what she's losing. That afternoon, Ashley showed up at Tyler's garage while I was there helping him work on a car. She looked incredible. Tight jeans, crop top, hair and makeup done perfectly. Definitely dressed to make an impression. Adam, she said, giving me a hug that lasted just a little too long. I'm so excited about this weekend. It's going to be amazing. We spent an hour planning while Tyler took pictures and videos for social media. Ashley was touchy, flirty, and made it very clear that she was excited to spend time with me specifically. I can't wait to cook for you, she said. Tyler's told me so much about your favorite foods. Ashley makes the best ribs you've ever had in your life, Tyler added. Adam, you're gonna love them. Stop it, you guys, you're making me blush. Ashley laughed, touching my arm. Tyler posted a video of us laughing together with the caption, Bachelor party planning in full swing. Adam's so lucky to have friends like Ashley stepping up to make this weekend perfect. My phone started buzzing immediately. Melissa had seen it. Who the heck is that? That's Ashley. I told you about her. You didn't tell me she looked like a model. She's a bartender, Melissa. She has to look good for tips. I don't want you going anywhere with her. And I don't want you going to Vegas with Derek. Guess we're both disappointed. She hung up on me. 20 minutes later, she called back. I'm coming to pick you up. We're going to dinner and we're figuring this out. Can't tonight, babe. Tyler and I are planning more bachelor party stuff. With her? With Ashley, yes. She's part of the planning committee. The silence on the other end was deafening. Then, I hate you. Click. Tyler was grinning. Dude, she is losing her mind. Good. Maybe now she'll understand how I felt about the Derek situation. Or maybe she'll finally show you who she really is. He was right on both counts. The next few days were tense. Melissa barely spoke to me except to make snide comments about Ashley, or demand I cancel my bachelor party. When I wouldn't budge, she started escalating. First, she accidentally deleted Ashley's contact info from my phone. When I called her out, she claimed it was an accident and that my phone was acting weird lately. Then she started posting thirst traps on Instagram, bikini pics, gym selfies, low-cut tops. Stuff she'd never posted before. The captions were passive-aggressive. When your man doesn't appreciate what he has, some people don't know quality when they see it. Upgrade yourself, not your woman. The last one really annoyed me because it was clearly about money. Like she was reminding everyone that she was expensive and high maintenance, as if that was a good thing. Tyler showed me screenshots of her DMS too. Apparently, she'd been messaging him asking about Ashley's history and whether she'd always been trouble. Tyler told her to leave him alone, which just made her more mad. But the real nuclear moment came 3 days before her Vegas trip. I was at work when I got a call from an unknown number. Is this Adam Morrison? Yeah. Who's this? This is someone at Prestige Jewelers. I'm calling about the engagement ring you purchased. Your fiancée is here asking about upgrading to a larger stone, and she wanted me to call you about financing options. I almost dropped the phone. She's there right now? Yes, sir. She's looking at a 3-carat upgrade. The difference would be about $18,000. She said you discussed it but wanted me to call you directly about payment. $18,000. On top of the $12,000 I'd already spent. For a ring. Listen to me very carefully. Do not sell her anything. Do not let her upgrade anything. I did not authorize this and I'm not paying for it. Oh my. She seemed very confident that you'd approve this. She lied. Don't let her leave with anything that's not already paid for. Of course, sir. I'll handle this discreetly. I hung up and immediately called Melissa. It went straight to voicemail. Then I called again. And again. Finally, she picked up. What, Adam? I'm busy. I know where you are, Melissa. I just got off the phone with the jeweler. Silence. You want to explain why you're trying to upgrade your engagement ring without telling me? I was going to surprise you. The new ring is so much more beautiful. For $18,000. It's an investment, Adam. Diamonds hold their value. Are you out of your mind? We're already spending 40 grand on a wedding, and you want to add another 18 for a bigger rock? Other guys would be happy to buy their fiancé a nice ring. I already bought you a nice ring. A $12,000 ring. That was 8 months ago. I've been wearing it for 8 months. People are starting to notice it's not that big. I sat in my car in the parking lot, trying to process what I'd just heard. She was embarrassed by a $12,000 ring. She wanted me to spend more money so she could show off to her friends. Melissa, go home. We'll talk about this tonight. I'm not done here yet. The jeweler is showing me some beautiful options. If you buy anything else, I'm not paying for it. Fine. Maybe Derek will. She hung up on me. Again. I sat there for another 10 minutes just staring at my phone. Derek will pay for it? Derek doesn't make that kind of money. Unless they'd been planning this together. Unless Vegas wasn't just a bachelorette party, it was an exit strategy. That's when it all clicked. The expensive wedding I was paying for. The ring upgrade. The week in Vegas with another man. She was bleeding me dry before leaving me for Derek. I called Tyler. Man, what's up? You sound messed up. I told him about the ring situation. Dude, she's robbing you blind. This is some next-level gold-digging stuff. I know. And I think Derek's in on it. What do you mean? Think about it. She gets me to pay for an expensive wedding, upgrades her ring, then goes to Vegas with Derek and doesn't come back. She keeps the ring. He gets the girl. I get stuck with all the bills. Tyler was quiet for a moment. You really think she'd do that? A week ago, I would have said no. But after today? Yeah. I think she absolutely would. So what are you going to do? I'm going to beat her to the punch. What's the plan? Come over tonight. Bring Ashley. It's time for the nuclear option. The next morning, I started making calls. Venue canceled. Caterer canceled. Photographer canceled. Lost about $6,000 in deposits, but considering I was about to save $34,000, it was worth it. I also went to the bank and had Melissa removed from my accounts. Turns out she'd been spending way more than I realized. $800 at Nordstrom last week, $400 at Sephora, $600 at some spa, all on my credit card. When Melissa got home that afternoon, I was sitting at the kitchen table with printouts of all the cancellation confirmations. "What's all this?" she asked. "Wedding's off." She dropped her purse. "What?" "You heard me. I canceled everything. The venue, the food, the flowers, all of it." "You can't do that. People have already bought plane tickets. I sent out invitations." "Should have thought about that before you tried to spend 18 grand behind my back. I told you that was going to be a surprise." "Melissa, sit down. We need to talk." She sat down across from me, her face already getting red. "I know what you're doing," I said calmly. "You're planning to leave me for Derek after the wedding, after I've paid for everything. That's insane. Where would you get an idea like that? Maybe because you told the jeweler that Derek would pay for your ring upgrade?" She went white. "I didn't mean it like that." "How did you mean it?" I was upset. I said something stupid. Or you said something true. Either way, we're done. You can stay here until you find somewhere else to live, but the engagement is over." She started crying. "Adam, please, I love you. I don't want Derek, I want you." Funny way of showing it. "I'll cancel Vegas. I'll call Derek right now and cancel everything." "Too late for that, Melissa. You showed me who you really are. People make mistakes. I can change. Maybe, but I'm not sticking around to find out." She cried for another hour, switching between begging and anger. Called me every name in the book. Finally, she went to pack a bag and stormed out. "You'll regret this," she screamed from the driveway. "Good luck finding anyone else who'll put up with your boring self." Tyler came over an hour later with pizza. "So it's done?" "It's done. She'll probably crash at her sister's place until she figures out next steps." "And Vegas?" "Oh, we're still going to Vegas. Ashley and I are going to have the time of our lives. This is going to be epic, man." 2 days later, Ashley and I flew to Vegas. First-class tickets. Heck, I had $34,000 of wedding money to spend. Suite at the Bellagio, dinner reservations at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. If Melissa wanted to play the money game, I'd show her what real money looked like. Ashley was the perfect companion. Funny, attractive, didn't expect me to pay for everything, and genuinely fun to be around. We went to shows, hit the casinos, ate at amazing restaurants. Everything a Vegas trip should be. On Saturday night, we were at a rooftop bar when Ashley pointed across the room. "Holy cow, Adam, isn't that your ex?" I looked where she was pointing, and sure enough, there was Melissa. But she wasn't with Derek. She was with some older guy in an expensive suit, sitting way too close and letting him touch her leg. "Who the heck is that?" Ashley asked. "No idea, but it's definitely not Derek." We watched for a while. The guy was clearly rich. Nice watch, expensive clothes, ordering top-shelf everything. Melissa was all over him, laughing at his jokes, touching his arm. Classic gold digger behavior. Then Derek showed up, and he did not look happy. We couldn't hear what they were saying, but it was obviously an argument. Derek was gesturing angrily. The rich guy looked confused, and Melissa looked like she wanted to disappear. "Oh my goodness," Ashley said. "She's playing them both. Against each other?" "Against each other. She's got Derek thinking they're going to be together, and she's working this other guy for money." It was beautiful. Melissa's master plan was falling apart in real time. Derek stormed off. The rich guy threw some money on the table and left. Melissa sat there alone looking devastated. "Should we go say hi?" Ashley asked with an evil grin. "Heck yes, we should." We walked over to Melissa's table. She looked up and her face went through about 6 different emotions. Surprise, anger, jealousy, embarrassment. "Adam? What are you doing here?" "Same thing you are. Enjoying Vegas with a friend?" I put my arm around Ashley. She leaned into me and smiled at Melissa sweetly. "Melissa, this is Ashley. Ashley, this is my ex-fiancée, Melissa." "Nice to finally meet you," Ashley said sweetly. "Adam's told me so much about you." Melissa looked between us. "Are you two?" "Having a great time," I finished. "How's your trip going?" "Where's Derek?" He stepped away for a minute." "And your other friend? The guy with the expensive watch?" Her face went red. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Right. Well, we should get going. We have dinner reservations at Hell's Kitchen. Ashley's never been." "I'm so excited," Ashley gushed. "Adam knows all the best places." We left Melissa sitting there alone. I felt bad for about 2 seconds, then remembered the $18,000 ring upgrade and got over it. The rest of the trip was perfect. Ashley and I had amazing chemistry. Not romantic, but genuine friendship. She was everything Melissa wasn't. Independent, funny, real. She paid for her own drinks, didn't expect expensive gifts, and was actually fun to be around. When we got back home, I drove Ashley to her apartment. Thanks for an amazing weekend, she said. I had so much fun. Thank you for helping me dodge a bullet. That girl is crazy, Adam. You're so much better off without her. I'm starting to realize that. She leaned over and kissed my cheek. Call me if you ever want to hang out. As friends. I know you need time to process everything. I will. And Ashley, you're good people. So are you, Adam. Don't let anyone tell you different. I should have known Melissa wouldn't go quietly. The first sign of trouble came Monday morning when I got to work. My boss called me into his office. Adam, we need to talk. I got a very strange phone call this morning. What kind of phone call? Someone claiming to be your ex-fiancée said you've been embezzling money from the company to pay for gambling debts. I nearly fell out of my chair. She said, what? Obviously, I don't believe it, but I have to follow protocol. Can you provide documentation of your recent large expenses? Luckily, I had everything. Flight receipts, hotel confirmations, restaurant bills, all legitimate, all paid with my own money. My boss looked everything over and cleared me within an hour. Adam, I don't know what kind of drama you're dealing with, but this woman seems unstable. You might want to consider getting a restraining order. He wasn't wrong. Over the next few days, Melissa ramped up her crazy. She posted on Facebook that I'd stolen her life savings and abandoned her in Vegas. Complete lies. She never had any savings and I didn't abandon anyone. She called my parents and told them I was addicted to gambling and had been cheating on her with multiple women. My mom called me crying, asking if I needed help. She contacted my landlord and claimed I was running illegal activities out of my house. That one backfired because my landlord knows me and told her to leave him alone. But the worst was when she got Derek involved. Tyler called me Wednesday night laughing. Man, you're not going to believe this. Derek just showed up at my shop. What? Why? Apparently Melissa told him you and Ashley destroyed her life, and he wants to settle this like men. Are you serious? Dead serious. This fool rolls up in his BMW looking like he's about to challenge you to a duel. What did you tell him? I told him if he had a problem with you, he could come to your house and ring the doorbell like an adult. Then I told him to get his fancy car off my property before I had it towed. Man, this is getting out of hand. It gets better. Guess what else Melissa's been telling people? I'm afraid to ask. She's pregnant. With your kid. I dropped my phone. What? Yeah, man. She's telling everyone you got her pregnant and then abandoned her for another woman. That's impossible. We haven't been intimate in like 6 weeks. I know that. You know that. But her family doesn't know that. This was bad. Pregnancy claims were serious business, especially to my traditional Catholic parents. Tyler, what am I going to do? Well, first you're going to demand a paternity test. Then you're going to expose her for the lying psycho she is. How? Leave that to me, man. I got an idea. Thursday morning, Tyler called me with an update. Operation Expose Melissa is a go. Meet me at Ashley's place tonight at 7. What's the plan? Just trust me and bring your laptop. I showed up at Ashley's apartment that evening to find Tyler grinning like a kid on Christmas morning. All right, boys, Ashley said. Tyler filled me in on the plan. This is going to be epic. What plan? Someone want to fill me in? Tyler pulled out his phone. Derek came by my shop again today. This time with a different story. Different how? Well, it turns out Melissa isn't just telling people she's pregnant with your baby. She's also telling Derek it's his baby. I stared at him. She's claiming to be pregnant by both of us? Gets better. Ashley did some digging and found out Melissa was also telling that rich guy in Vegas she was pregnant. She's basically running a pregnancy scam on multiple guys. Ashley nodded. I have screenshots of her DMs with the Vegas guy. She was asking him for money for prenatal care. Holy cow. But here's the best part, Tyler continued. Derek's not as dumb as he looks. He's starting to figure out that Melissa's playing games, and he's mad. How mad? Mad enough to help us expose her. Tyler showed me text messages between him and Derek. Apparently, Derek had gotten suspicious when Melissa's pregnancy timeline didn't add up. She'd told him they conceived in Vegas, but told me it happened 6 weeks earlier, and told the rich guy it happened even before that. So what's the plan? Ashley smiled. We're gonna throw a party. A party? A gender reveal party, Tyler said, for Melissa's fake pregnancy. Are you insane? Just crazy enough to work. We invite everyone, your family, her family, all your mutual friends. Tell them Melissa wanted to share her happy news. Then, when she shows up, and there's no baby, she'll have to admit she lied. In front of everyone who matters. It was diabolical and perfect. I'm in. The party was set for Saturday afternoon. Ashley handled the invitations, telling everyone that Melissa wanted to share some exciting news and that it was supposed to be a surprise for her. We invited both families, all our mutual friends, even some of Melissa's coworkers. Tyler rented a pavilion at the local park and got pink and blue decorations. Ashley made a cake that said, "Congratulations, Adam and Melissa." We even hired a photographer to capture this special moment. I was nervous, but Tyler kept reminding me that Melissa had brought this on herself. She lied about being pregnant to manipulate people, man. Now she gets to face the consequences. About 50 people showed up. My parents, her sister Claire, Derek, friends from work, college buddies. Everyone was excited to celebrate the happy news. At 2 p.m., Melissa walked in looking confused. "What's all this?" she asked. "Surprise!" Ashley yelled. "It's your gender reveal party." Melissa went white. "My what?" "Your gender reveal party. For the baby." I watched Melissa's face cycle through panic, anger, and desperation. She looked around at all the people staring at her expectantly. There must be some mistake." "No mistake," Tyler announced loudly. "Adam told us all about the baby. We're so excited for you guys." My mom came over and hugged Melissa. "Oh, honey, I'm so happy. I can't wait to be a grandma." Melissa looked like she was going to throw up. "Mrs. Morrison, I think there's been a misunderstanding." "What kind of misunderstanding?" my dad asked. That's when Derek stepped forward. "Yeah, Melissa. What kind of misunderstanding?" "Because you told me the baby was mine." A collective gasp went up from the crowd. Melissa's face went from white to red to purple. "Derek, that's not... You told me we conceived in Vegas," Derek continued. "But you told Adam it happened 6 weeks ago. Which is it?" Melissa's mom stood up. "Melissa Marie Thompson, what is going on here?" "I can explain." "Then explain," her dad said. His voice was ice cold. Melissa looked around at 50 pairs of eyes staring at her. She tried to speak several times, but nothing came out. Finally, Ashley stepped forward with her phone. Since Melissa seems to be having trouble explaining, maybe this will help. She started reading from Melissa's DMS with the Vegas guy. Messages asking for money for doctor appointments, prenatal vitamins, morning sickness medication, all time-stamped from their Vegas trip. "You were scamming that poor man for money," Ashley said. "Using a fake pregnancy." "That's not... I wasn't..." "Then take a pregnancy test," I said. "Right now. Prove us wrong." Tyler held up a box of pregnancy tests. "Ashley picked these up this morning. Clear this whole thing up right now." Melissa looked trapped. "I don't have to prove anything to you people." "Actually, you do," her dad said. "You've involved both families in this mess. Take the test." "I'm not taking a test in front of everyone." "Then admit you lied," I said. The crowd was getting restless. People were whispering, pulling out phones to record. Melissa's reputation was imploding in real time. "Fine," she screamed. "Fine. I'm not pregnant. Are you happy now?" The silence was deafening. Then her mom started crying. My mom looked like she'd been slapped. Derek just shook his head in disgust. "Why?" my dad asked. "Why would you lie about something like that?" "Because he ruined my life." Melissa pointed at me. "He canceled our wedding. He humiliated me in Vegas. He stole everything from me." "I didn't steal anything from you, Melissa. I just stopped letting you steal from me." "I never stole anything." Ashley stepped forward again. "Really?" "Because I have bank statements showing you spent over $3,000 on Adam's credit cards in the month before he canceled the wedding. All on yourself." The crowd gasped again. Melissa's own family was looking at her with disgust now. "And let's not forget," Tyler added, "the $18,000 ring upgrade you tried to buy without telling him. Or the fact that you told the jeweler Derek would pay for it," I finished. Melissa's sister Claire stood up. "Melissa, what the heck is wrong with you?" "Nothing's wrong with me. I deserve nice things. I shouldn't have to settle for some boring guy who won't buy me what I want." And there it was. The real Melissa, in front of God and everyone. Her dad looked like he wanted to crawl in a hole. "Melissa, you need to apologize to everyone." "I'm not apologizing for wanting more out of life. You're apologizing for lying and manipulating people," he said firmly. "I don't owe any of you anything." She stormed off, but not before Tyler called out, "Hey, Melissa, you might want to find a new place to live. Your dad's been paying your rent, and I bet that's about to change." The look on her dad's face confirmed it. After she left, the party actually got better. People started sharing stories about Melissa's entitled behavior that they'd been keeping quiet. Her own family apologized to me for her actions. Derek apologized for believing her lies and trying to start trouble with me.